Hello, I'm FM and welcome to another experiment on my channel where I'm going to try and look at some of the best managers in the world, put them to a test and see who comes out the best. I thought of this idea the other day because I made a video about Everton. I put Big Sam Allardyce at Everton at the start of the season. I want to see if he could do a better job than Ronald Koeman because he's always brought in as a saviour. I ran it 3 times and he got sacked every time. I think only one of them times he just about made it past the January transfer window. I'll put a link to that down below, but it made me think because one of my best friends is an Everton fan and he's struggling on FM this year. He says the squad's imbalanced, injuries, it's not a good squad, lacking strikers and wingers, a lot of injuries. A couple of my family members are Everton fans. They said the same thing, that it's just a bad squad this year and he spent all this money, they had all these high hopes. So I thought, is it really that bad a job that even Big Sam can't do it? I thought I could use this as a test. Let's put in Jose, Pep Guardiola, Carlo Ancelotti, Conte. Do you know what I mean? Some of these really big managers. Can they do a better job at the start of the season with Everton Football Club? So I've done that. I've picked 5 managers, given them a season. They've got 100 million to spend at Everton. That's the only thing I've changed. So they can at least, use their star power, maybe bring in that striker they need. And let's see who can do a half decent job, at least not get sacked. That's what this is all about. Hopefully you enjoy it. If you do, smash the like button. If you're new, subscribe. Check out my new series, or my current series with Manchester Central FC, Manchester's 3rd team. It is a good series. Hopefully you'll love it. Hopefully you'll stick around for that. But let's get into the experiment. Right then, first up we're going to do Carlo Ancelotti. In real life, at this moment in time, he hasn't got a job. I think he's a great manager. I'd have him at United. I'm a Man United fan. I think he's a brilliant manager. And here he is, manager of Everton Football Club. Look at his stats. 58 years old. He has been at Bayern, Real, PSG, Chelsea, Milan, Juve. Great career. And his stats are just freaking amazing. So I think he could do well. I mean, I'm expecting these guys to do well. This club ain't in the best situation. And I've done a few experiments in other things. I've seen Everton actually get relegated, and I played 1 season. I didn't believe my friend, and I played 1 season as Everton manager, and it's right. You've got Leighton Baines is injured for a long time, Colemas is injured for a long time, the defence is getting quite old, there's not much on the width, they've not got much up top. Wayne Rooney is past it, so it's a challenge. So we're going to see who's going to come out on top here and be a real test of the top managers. Now I know I could use a lot of managers, I know I could. There's loads of names. I put a list together, there's loads of names. I just wanted to pick 5, so I picked my personal favourite 5. So let's get going. So here we are, on the 1st of July 2018, and I'm gutted. Gus bloody Hiddink. He always comes in, doesn't he, does a little job. He's now the manager. Carlo is no longer in charge. So the first one, strike, he's out of it. Gutted. Let's have a look what happened. History, managers. Here he is. He got sacked in December. If we go to the Premier League and look at stages and go back at where did they finish the league, 13th. So I mean, the second half of that season was probably Duncan Ferguson, wasn't it? Because Gus has just come in. Let's have a look at what they did in the cups. So FA Cup wise, they did okay, but obviously he wasn't the manager. I'm really surprised that he's been that poor, I'll be honest. Now he was the manager for this, and he got knocked out straight away by Fulham. Not very good, that is, eh? And here's the Europa League campaign. They got through all the playoffs, got into the groups, drew a lot of games, but at least got out of that group, and then was straight away knocked out by Bilbao. So yeah, I mean, they got knocked out. He'd long gone by then. So he got him out of the group, but they must have been down the bottom of the league for him to get sacked. Yeah, disappointing. So yeah, Carlo, first manager, he's out of here. He didn't really do very well. Hopefully the rest can do a lot better. I expected more. He's not in the job either. Yeah, let's try a big name next. Let's try a really big name. Let's go for Pep Guardiola. Right, we're back to June 2017, and Pep Guardiola is now the manager of Everton. And again, this guy is probably the best, maybe some people would say. Look at his stats. Absolutely insane. He's only 46. He's been, City, AFC Bayern, Barca, and he's won everything really. He's won about 10 million Champions League trophies. Look at this. How do you reckon Pep's going to do? I reckon he's got to stay in the job. Pep surely will do a good job. No, we didn't. Tell you, It is a tough challenge, this Everton this year, isn't it? I remember people in the community talking about, oh, I'm going to be Everton next year because we've got this money and these new players. Don't be Everton. It is well hard. Even Pep Guardiola and Carlo Ancelotti can't do it. What I do like is, though, Sean Dyche this time has got the job. Great young English manager. I think he deserves it. I personally hope he stays at Burnley because I think he should stay loyal. A lot of managers leave, go to a so-called bigger club and fail. Well done, Shawnee, though. What happened, man? What happened, Pepe? Let's have a look. So he's only just been sacked. Not too long ago he got sacked in May. So he lasted 321 days. So he didn't do as bad. So he actually had a window as well, a couple of transfer windows. Let's see who he brought in. So here's the transfers, and he did spend 72 million quid. Bought some alright players, brought in Chris Smalling. So trying to sort out the defence. Moussa Dembele, great signing from Celtic. Fantastic young player. He also got rid of a lot of players. The fact that he sold Mason Holgate I find strange because he's possibly one of their only decent young defenders. That's a bit weird. Jagielka's got out the door as well. Sold his other striker, who knows how they got any strikers, but you know, it is what it is. He didn't even stay in the job, did he? How did he do in the rest of the competitions? So the Premier League, that's why he got sacked, because he only just about kept him in the league. But surely you had Pep Guardiola as your manager, you'd be like, give him time. Let him develop, let him bring his own players in, give him a year or two. No, they've got rid of him. Let's see what he did in the Cups. So in the FA Cup, he, just about scraped through against Oldham Athletic. Then got beat off Middlesbrough. Come on, Pep, man. Straight out of the League Cup as well, against Brighton. You can just see what happened to him, mate. This is just a tough job for anyone. Europa League, though, he did okay. He got to the second round knockout. It's just, I just think when you spend the money and some of the players they've got, it's just, I just can't believe how hard it is. Even I consider about having my own little personal save at Everton. And when I tried it for that 1 year, I've really struggled. So if anyone's been successful with Everton, let me know how you did it, because I'm really interested to know how you did it. So Pep failed, 2 top managers, 2 strikes, both out. He's still in the job centre as well. Right, next on the list, I'm going to go for Diego Simeone, because he's always talked about being this great manager. He's done a fantastic job at Atletico Madrid. Obviously, I think if he ever came to the Premier League, it'll be to like Arsenal or something. A big club. Everton are a big club, don't get me wrong. But this is a challenge for any manager, as we've just seen with the last 2. What will Diego Simeone do? Right, we've rolled it back a year, and now Diego Simeone is in charge. Good manager, great character. Let's have a look at his stats. Brilliant stats. Look at them. Wow. His mentals are fantastic. Brilliant. Really good. Even his coaching mental's amazing. 47 years old, 107 caps for Argentina. He's got a good managerial career. I think this is his biggest job at Atletico Madrid, the one he's got right now. This is going to be his toughest challenge, though, isn't it, eh? What do we reckon he's going to do? Probably fail, like they all do. Here we are, a year into the future, and straight away, he's in the job. Get in, Diego. Finally, someone's made it to the next freaking season. Happy days. How's he done this? Let's have a look. Maybe he is a great manager. Something about his mentals, maybe you need to be mentally strong for this job this year, because he finished in 7th. Before we have a look at the other competitions, so let's have a look who he brought in to achieve this. So where we are with his transfers for last year, he brought in 25 million, which is decent, and he spent 27, so he's done really well with the money as well. So he's got 100 million in bank, he's not really spent it. And he's brought in some alright players as well. I think, wow, what a job he's done then. He's not really brought in some kind of world-beating player, either, like, you know, some superstar player. But to do what he's done and finish 7th, I think that's fantastic. Really good. Really impressed with that. Let's have a look at his cups. FA Cup, disappointing. Maybe this helped him out in the league. He got knocked out by West Ham straight away. In the League Cup, he did a little better. Got to the quarterfinals and was close, man. Just got knocked out by West Brom. Here you go. In extra time. Gutted. Well, this just caps it off. This shows you how good he really freaking is. He got to the final of the Europa League. He took this Everton squad to the final of the freaking Europa League and finished 7th. He has just bent Pep Guardiola over, hasn't he? Carlo Ancelotti. Who are you, Ancelotti? Diego Simeone. He's got to be the next Man United manager. I fell in love with Diego Simeone. So we've got 2 out, 1 in. Well done, Diego. Really chuffed. I think that's fantastic. Brilliant. Next, I'm going to do Conte. Antonio Conte, Chelsea manager, current Premier League champion. I don't think he's going to do as good as that. I don't think anyone's going to do as good as that. That's fantastic. Let's get cracking on. Again, we've gone back in time a year. It's June 2017. Antonio Conte is the manager of Everton. Let's take a look at his lovely statistics. And, you know, he's good. His mental coaching is good as well. I wouldn't say he's as good all round as Diego Simeone. He's had a good career as well as a manager, as a player, fantastic career. He's been Italy manager, Juve manager, won a lot, won the Premier League. It's going to be interesting. Can he do it as well? I don't know. I'm not holding as much hope up. I want to hold any hope up with Diego, but that's only because of the first two and let me down so freaking dramatically. Let's find out what how Conte does. I eat my own words. I'll eat my own words. Conte is still in the job. Fair play, mate. Fair freaking play. So, has he done as well? We'll find out. I think we'll have a look at the league first. So, to be fair, he's done decent. Finished 8th. He's one place behind what Diego Simeone did, and he's one place behind Burnley. But you know what? Fair play. I mean, no one's got relegated yet. Pep Guardiola nearly got him relegated, didn't he? Nearly. But yeah, that's decent. Let's have a look at his transfers. Here's a transfer screen. He brought in 24 million. He spent 75 though. He brought in Kasper Dolberg for an absolute freaking fortune. He was a good young striker, to be fair. Wonder kid, so fair play. He did need a striker. We spent so much money there. Some good players, and it's done him okay because he's still in the job. Cup-wise, this is the FA Cup, and he's done the best out of them all in the FA Cup. Got to the 6th round and got beat off Tottenham. 2-0. Harry Kane, beast, scored 2 goals. League Cup, disappointing, straight out, well, out on penalties. Yeah, against Southampton. The Europa League, he definitely didn't do as good as Diego Simeone because he didn't even get out of the group. So that's a bit disappointing. Diego Simeone got to the final, but he's still in the job, and I think that's an impressive thing when you think Pep Guardiola and Carlo Ancelotti couldn't do it. So Conte kept his job. He's not done bad. If I'm honest, at the minute, I'd have Pep Guardiola at the bottom, then I'd have Ancelotti, then I'd have Conte. Second, I'd have Diego Simeone in because he got higher in the league and he got to Europa League final. Now, I've saved possibly the best for last, maybe. I don't know. I'm a Man United fan. I like him. He's the manager of my football team. He's the famous, the one and only Jose Mourinho. Is he going to crash and burn like Pep and Ancelotti? Is he going to be as good as these, or is he going to cap it all off? Let's find out. Right, here we are with the last manager, and everyone knows who Jose Mourinho is. His career's been, he had a fantastic career. I know he's quite controversial sometimes. Not even all United fans like him, but I do. And I think out of everyone, he's probably got the best stats. I mean, his coaching stats are fantastic. Really good. Defending. He likes defending, doesn't he? Mentals are good as well. Chelsea, Real Madrid, Inter, he's Porto. He's won multiple Champions Leagues. Titles everywhere he goes. He won 2 trophies for us in his first year. Can he replicate that at Everton? I don't know. Don't let me down, Jose. Let's find out. Well, he's still in a job. Fair play. Now, has he done as well as Conte and Diego Simeone? Is it going to become first, second, or third? Well, here's the league table, and he's definitely done worse than them in the league. Finishing 11th, mid-table. Enough to keep his job, but nowhere near as good as Conte and Simeone. Onto his transfers, and he spent 91 million. I think he spent the most out of anyone, but he brought in 32, which is decent. Shea Given on a free. He bought Lee Griffiths from Celtic for an absolute bucket load of money. He's alright in the Scottish League. He did spend some money. How'd they do in the Cup? So has he redeemed himself? If he wins a trophy, I'd say that's top manager. So in the FA Cup, he got to the 4th round and got knocked out by Bournemouth. At least he beat Leeds. League Cup, Burnley. Extra time. Stephen Ward. Rubbish. And here's the Europa League. He got to the 2nd knockout round against Arsenal. Tough challenge. But Diego Simeone got to the freaking final, Jose. Jose. So Mr. Mourinho, you kept your job. You did an okay job, but not as good as 2 other people. So Pep Guardiola, I've got him at bottom. He got sacked. Carlo Ancelotti, he's 4th. He got sacked. Then I have Jose Mourinho in 3rd, followed by Conte in 2nd. But I think the ultimate winner had to be Diego Simeone. There you go, end of the episode. Hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did enjoy it, smash that like button for me, it really helps me out. If you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe. I would not have picked Diego Simeone as the winner. Great manager, but I'd have thought he'd have got beaten by one of the other guys. Definitely like Pep or Jose, so fair freaking play to Diego, eh? Europa League final, 7th in the Premier League. It is a tough challenge though, I know that from experience. I had a season, it was well hard, I wasn't very good, my friend's not very good. I've not heard about anyone being any good, so if you've done a good job, let me know how you did it, I'd love to know. Feel free to talk to me down below. Links to everything are down below, links to my Manchester Central series, don't make sure you check that out. Twitter as well, come and talk to me on Twitter, I'm always up for a chat. Chilled out, easy going. Hopefully I'll get to know some new people. Hopefully you subscribe, because I'm nearly on 3,000 subscribers and you could help me get there. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Hopefully you have a nice day. You've been brilliant, I've been booed. I'll see you later.